Hey friends, it's Carla from Creative Love Affair, and I'm here for the Wild Whisper blog today. And I'm creating in a traveler's notebook, and I'm using the Out and About collection, which is new. It's an amazing adventure, travel, outdoors collection, beautiful colors. And you can see there the 12 by 12 paper pack and the stamp set. And I've also got the journaling cards, which come in a pack with 4 by 6 and 3 by 4 right inside the pack. Everything's coordinating, beautiful colors, your choices on both sides. So recently I went on a hike that the Wild Whisper girls offered, and I am lucky enough to live in the same city as them in Calgary. So we met up at a park and we took some photos and went on a little nature hike, and they provided this traveler's notebook insert, and I created some pages already in it. I'll link below to where you can see the photos of that. And then I really wanted to continue on and use those photos from the hike and make a little mini album. And this is the first time that I've created in a traveler's notebook. I really, really love it, and I can definitely see myself using these more just because they're on a smaller scale, and I actually use the Project Life app to print these photos, and I just use their little photo collage and put 4 photos on a 4 by 6 photo so that it made little mini photos. Now the paper, for some of the pages I used the paper cut, and then you'll see here I've grabbed one of the journaling cards. The 3 by 4s are just perfect to fit in this traveler's notebook. And I've got some shiny thread here that I twisted up and added a little glue dot to. And I also added a little bit of black distress ink around my edges. I'm really enjoying stamping and using the black distress ink for sponging around edges of things. I've had it forever, but I'm just kind of realizing that I really like stamping with it. So when I usually stamp with a color, I use the Distress Oxide inks, and I also use those on the stencil behind the stamp, and I love the way that those blend. So the colors were really soft and matched the Out and About collection there. And I just really layered, cut elements out of the paper. Here I'm adding some washi tape. These are fun little notebooks to use and just journal in. And I found that even if a little bit of the ink went through the page, I ended up covering most of it up on the other side when I do my next page. So I really wasn't too worried about that. And I have been writing some journaling right on my page in that stencil, and I've also been adding some quotes that I've found online, which are nature quotes and some fun just little quotes that maybe match my picture or maybe matched the the hike itself. And then I add some of those sequins that are exclusive for the Out and About collection, and those are produced by Spiggle Mom Scraps, and they go just lovely with this collection. So here I'm adding a little more stenciling, and I kind of found my process for these pages was to add some stenciling in the background and then add some stamping, figure out where I want my cards and my photos to go, and just kind of layer it all up. So it's really didn't take too long. It was pretty nice and quick project, which was nice. I ended up turning the pages around when I want to stamp, just because the left side of the notebook is really bulky because I've added some wood veneer and a few extra embellishments, and that's fine. I've just kept my stamping pretty much to the right hand side, and then it's pretty flat. And a couple times I'll add a few stamps on the left and just use my hand to kind of make sure that it's going to catch it all. But really, if there's a little bit of the stamp that doesn't stamp completely down, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that look. So I've added a little bit more thread here and a pretty flower, and just in coordinating colors and just layering it all there. So really excited about trying more of these notebooks. I added some string from its May Arts, a gold hemp string from the Spiegelmom Scraps store, and I just tied that onto a button for my stash, and it just kind of coordinated. I think these are great for just grabbing a bunch of supplies, and I knew I wanted to use this out and about collection, so along with that I grabbed a few other color coordinated items that I knew would work. Those cork stars are really cute. They are from Spiegelmom Scraps as well, and Wild Whisper has these shooting cork stars, which are just a tiny bit different in their store, and you can pick them up there. So for my third page, I knew I wanted to add some pinks and purples in because I've got some pretty pictures of some thistle flowers, and with the pinks there, I wanted to highlight that. So this fun Tim Holtz stencil provided a little flower background, and I was able to use my inks and just blend them and add some pinks and purples in the background. And then I'm cutting this 3x4 journaling card so that it's more focused just on the sentiment, and adding a little bit of Distress ink around the edges. I'm using a Tombow I think it's called a multi glue, and I know that's not the exact name, but it's a liquid glue. And usually I actually use tacky glue, but my tacky glue is upstairs, and I was being lazy and didn't want to run around for it. So I grabbed that, and it actually works really well and holds really permanently. And then I'm just going to add in the cut pieces from that journaling card and layer them behind, and I added some black matting as well. And this fun postage stamp is really cute. That's in the Out and About stamp set. And I just wanted to stamp that around the page. And then you'll see I'm going to cut out one of the sentiments from the branding strip, and I love that the branding strips all come with cool designs on them, and I layer that over a piece of washi tape. And then there's some little stamp elements in the one of the 12x12 papers that I end up cutting out. And there you can see I just journaled in a little quote, and I'll add those stamped or stamp cutouts, just offsetting them inside my stamp. So I really like how this page turned out as well. Fun with those pops of sequins on at the end. And here on this last page, I decided to cut this 4x6 journaling card. And I was really happy that there's still the sentiment on the back side that I can use on another page. So I love this globe. I added it, just glued it down to the bottom there. And I knew I wanted to use this circle journaling card as well. I totally need to go grab some more of these journaling cards. They're so beautiful on both sides, and sometimes it's just so hard to pick. So I'm using another piece of the branding strip and just adding a little banner strip beside my paper. I think just adding some of the layers and bringing the colors together from the pages is really easy when you have, you know, a whole collection to work with, because it is coordinating colors. And I wanted to add a paperclip element to this photo, so I grabbed a large clip. This was included in the supplies for the class when we went on the hike. And then this wood veneer maple leaf that you saw there, that I'm going to add some embossing powder. So this really cool diamond pattern I decided to emboss with the Northern Lights embossing powder from Emerald Creek. And this is beautiful. It has flecks of blue and green, and it's really, really beautiful. So it coordinated with this collection really nicely. And I love embossing wood veneer pieces, so I just added some of the Versamark embossing ink, and you're going to see that I'm going to just add the powder and emboss this little cute maple leaf. So to add that onto the paper clip, I knew I didn't want to remove the paper clip, so I added a foam dot and a glue dot and some glossy accents just to make sure it was really stuck down well. And I'm grabbing another sentiment from that branding strip just to add to my page. And then this cut apart page from the 12 by 12 paper was really neat. I wanted to add that little diamond shape there just to coordinate with the stamp set. So I cut that out and added some sequins, just highlighting those circles there. And I end up finally remembering to use my quick stick silhouette pickup stick. It's so easy to put on sequins with that. And there you go. There's the page. I've got a little bit of orange in there, and lots of those blues and yellows. And here's a little flip through of the book. I'll let you have a look, and you can check out the links below. Definitely check the Wild Whisper blog to see close-ups of the photos, and check out the store to see all the fun stuff that's in the store. You won't be disappointed. So I hope to talk to you soon, and have an awesome week. Bye.